South Austin new construction is not a one-size-fits-all. We're talking Bouldin Creek today, where you find the right house and you absolutely fall in love, or you don't and you have buyer's remorse. New construction in South Austin can be super exciting, but there's a lot of things you need to know before you buy that house to make sure that it matches your lifestyle. Today, we're going to talk about 5 properties. I'm going to teach you all about the neighborhood, the lifestyle, give you kind of the pros and cons list of what it's like to live there so you can decide if it's the right lifestyle for you. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, UT Golf alum and Austin real estate pro. I've been helping people buy and sell real estate for over 15 years in the Austin area, and we absolutely love it. So if you're trying to figure out where your lifestyle fits in, you are in the right spot. Let's get started on Bouldin Creek. Bouldin Creek is one of the most in-demand neighborhoods in South Austin. And if you look at where it is on the map, you can totally understand why. It's right in the thick of it. You have restaurants and entertainment in the middle of it. The lake is just to the north of it, and everything around is just super eclectic and cool. Have a look here. So if we look here in the map, you can see this little red outlined area right here. That is in fact Bouldin Creek. And you can see how it is just at the heart of South Austin. It goes all the way up to the river, or Lady Bird Lake, if you want to call it that. It is part of the Colorado River, but in that part of town, it is called Lady Bird Lake. Down this First Street corridor and the Congress and Lamar corridor on either side, there are tons of restaurants and hotels and just small boutique hotels and entertainment areas and live music venues. So you can see all of these little spots that pop up throughout the neighborhood. But once you're in Bouldin Creek, it's very, very neighborhoody. So some of these other neighborhoods in South Austin, you have a lot of through traffic, but really First Street is the only one that goes through in kind of a major fast speed limit kind of way. The rest of this is all really tucked back in the trees, really nice neighborhood living. So look at the satellite view here and you can see how many gorgeous trees are in the neighborhood. And then you'll see as we go to each house how old and beautiful all the trees are in the neighborhood. Now, as far as Bouldin Creek goes, one of the main reasons people live there is its walkability. The ability to just get around town without having a car. You can get up to the lake, to the trail around the lake quite easily. Let me show you here the trail. So here is the river, and this little red kind of dotted line that goes here, it goes all the way around the south side and then it comes back on the north side. So you have 10 miles of running, hiking, jogging, or biking trail that goes all around Town Lake. So that's a huge draw. Then look here, Auditorium Shores, Butler Metro Park. This area here is home to many concerts, the Reggae Festival. Think kind of smaller concerts in this area. And it's also a great place. There's a little off-leash park area for the dogs. So on this big lawn, you'll find a lot of people out there throwing the ball with their dogs and letting them get in the river for a little swim in those hot months. And as you go further over towards the west, you're getting into the Zilker area, and that is where the Austin City Limits Music Festival happens over there. And again, not too far away from that, but just a bit outside the Bouldin Creek. The Bouldin Creek is the center of the South Austin kind of neighborhoods down here, as you can see right there. North of Old Torf, center of South Austin, hot spot. As far as the types of homes you're going to find here, you are going to find a blend of all types of things. And you'll hear me talking about that in Central Austin quite often because Central Austin is built out and people still want to live there. So sometimes lots are cut in half. You'll have 2 units on one lot. It's called urban infill, more density. People want to be closer to town. So you're going to have some old bungalows that still exist from the 40s and 50s and haven't been touched. Well, maybe they've been upgraded a little bit, but for the most part, they're just that original vibe. Maybe a family left it to their kids for years and years and it's still in the same family. all the way up to someone raising the lot completely and building an enormous home with a huge swimming pool and downtown views. And you'll have everything in between: condos, AB units, townhomes, and the likes. And we're gonna go through 5 different examples today so you can kind of get a feel of what it would like to live in each of these different styles of homes. For the most part, you're not going to find too much good stuff under $1 million. That means single family homes with a yard. You will find some condos under $1 million, all the way down to 500,000. And then you're gonna find those, let's call them older bungalows, may have a tear down capacity around the $500,000 mark as well. So those are kind of your price points, and then sky's the limit from there, depending on how close you are to that water and how big you build and what your views are. As for schools, it does feed into the Austin ISD. You're going to Becker Elementary, O'Henry Middle, and Austin High. This first example we have here is a condominium. It's a little pocket community that has about 25 condos in it. Therefore, you can get a little bit nicer of a home, a brand new home, for $879,500. Just under 1,400 square feet, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. So this one, it is going to actually have some amenities included with it because it is a condominium. So from something simple like a bike storage locker to something more complex like business center, conference rooms, dog parks, fitness center. So when you buy a condo, you're going to not get as much land usually, and you certainly don't own the land. You own a percentage of the whole as a condo, but you can get a lot closer to town for less money because of that shared ownership. So let's have a look at some photos so you can see the type of finish out that is inside. Most of these new construction homes are clean lines all throughout, and they've all started using these mixed textures. Let me show you that one more time. Here's what I mean by the mixed textures. You've got the wood, the brick, and the metal. And notice they also have solar panels on top. So they're going to be much more energy efficient when you get these new construction homes. And then of course, everything on the inside is still leaning towards that white or very, 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 very light gray. We're not seeing too many colors in this community, but they have gone to the beautiful black surround around the windows and door frames, and a beautiful, nice covered seating area out here on the outside deck. We're seeing more and more patterns in the black backsplash and shower tiles and bathroom surrounds nowadays. And here is some new trendy reflective tile that the builders are starting to use. The primary bedroom has a high ceiling, lots of windows and natural light coming through, and then plenty of space for furniture in there as well. You can see how it opens here. The shower has that beautiful glass door, so it allows a lot more natural light into the room. And then almost that tile there on the backsplash there is a bit reflective. It makes the bathroom look even bigger than it is. You have the laundry upstairs just to the top of the stairwell, and both bedrooms are upstairs. Here is the second bedroom in that unit. So in a nutshell, if you want to have more value, you can go condo. Just know that you're going to have more rules and a little bit less space. This is the trade-off with a condo. You get nice, new, freshly constructed, but you're very, very close to your neighbors. These do have a little bit of yard space that you can play in. Our next example here is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home, 1,750 square feet, listed for $1,555,000. It's not even finished being built yet, but as you can see in the photo here, they have a few that they're building that kind of look similar. A lot of the developers will do that. If they get a large enough property, they'll put a few, or they'll put as many as they can on the property for sure each time, and to maximize their profits. Just an example of the differences that you see in Bouldin Creek. Modern boxy design that we'll see a lot in Bouldin Creek. They've added a swimming pool here for convenience, and these are just renderings of furniture on the inside because this one is not completed yet. But this is an idea of what the type of construction they're going to have on the inside, so you can decide if it's the right kind of color palette and feel and vibe that you're looking for. So all the bedrooms are upstairs on this second floor in this particular unit. And on the first floor, we have the traditional living and kitchen and a powder room downstairs. We have the half bath downstairs. So we're working our way up in price, and the homes are also getting bigger, so it totally makes sense. This one here is almost 3,000 square feet. We've got a 5-bedroom in this home. It's listed for $2,299,900. It is just recently completed, and you can see this one here has its own proper full garage. This is Euclid here, right at Old Torf. So you get right by the brand new HEB across the street of Old Torf. So this home here has a full garage, beautiful pool in the back, and it has a lot of the indoor-outdoor flow, so you can go from the pool to the patio area, the covered patio area out back to the living room for when you're entertaining a large crowd. This one is not brand new construction. It was completed in 2024, but someone is living there now, as you'll see with some of the furniture throughout. But it can be considered new construction because it was only completed in 2024. Look at these bright tiles here on the backsplash. They have that shiny texture to them, and that's offset by a lot of this natural grain wood through the rest of the kitchen there. One of the design trends the architects like to use that I've been seeing more and more common lately is these kind of metal rod walls. So it allows the light through it, but it's a safety factor so no one can like fall off the side of the stairs, especially if you have little ones running around. This house has some interesting shapes, and then on the top floor that we're just about to get to, they have the arched roof lines in there, so that, here we go. So that they kind of finished this out, might have been an attic space or a rethought attic space, and they put some beds in there. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's being used as an Airbnb with all those beds upstairs, or someone with lots of grandkids. Either way, the architect made some really cool choices with all the textures on the outside and the different color combinations. As we move up in price, we're moving up in square footage. So this one's a bit bigger at 3,326 square feet, 4 beds, 4 baths, listed at $3,075,000. And we're seeing another one of those boxy type modern designs that is so popular in the neighborhood. We've got a beautiful pool in the back that has a little spa or hot tub in the corner. And again, look at all the use of all the glass in the back. That is allowing all the natural light in, and it has the dark framing. We used to have all the white framing, and now it's all gone to dark framing. Again, look at the mixture of textures here, even just in the kitchen, from the white ash floors to the quartz countertops to this natural wood look there. And then we have these kind of metal light fixtures that add just yet even another bit of feel in there. So that's what's on trend these days. Lots of different textures, still in earth tones. We haven't gone back to any major pops of color just yet, unless someone's super brave, which I always appreciate. But plenty of room in the bedrooms, still allowing in as much natural light as possible in each room. Plenty of room in the primary bathroom with the double vanity, dual shower heads, the freestanding tub, and yet it's inside the glass, so you don't have to worry about splashing all over the bathroom. Big media room upstairs, secondary bathroom, and then again, we come back to this beautiful outdoor kitchen, covered patio near the swimming pool. So the last one we're going to look at today, listed a little bit higher. It actually has 2 houses on the property. So it has a main house at 2,757 square feet, and it has an ADU at 489 square feet. So an ADU is super cool in, well, anywhere really, but especially in Central Austin, because you can rent out the ADU and kind of, offset your expenses, living expenses, tax expenses, or whatever you want to use those against for the year, or you just have it for when you're bringing other friends in town and they can have kind of their own space, so they don't have to be up in your grill when you're coming out of your bedroom to cook breakfast. So total square footage, this one's around 3,250. List price, $4,500,000. Look at the textures here. Totally different shiny factor versus metallic versus matte finish, and then all of the glass windows. Beautiful pool at the back. Look at these different sections so you can have your different temperatures. If you're really going into the hot and the cold, like so many people are doing for their wellness these days. But most importantly, look at all the windows and how all the natural light just bleeds into that house. It's just amazing. And look at this beautiful fireplace surround. These awesome colors, how they just blend down and make those lines vertically, making the room taller. And that draws your eyes up to this ceiling that has those beautiful wood slats up top. And then you can't forget this fixture that just kind of pulls it all together. And then the beautiful tile work that's in the actual fireplace. Another example of a wall near the staircase. This one isn't see-through like the last one. However, you can see what the architects are doing by keeping the stairwell as open as they can to have light going through there. And this whole living area down here that feeds into the kitchen runs along the back across all of these doors and windows that open, and just basically it looks like you're living outside, and that's super cool and what a lot of people are looking for these days. Of course, you're gonna need those automatic shades for nighttime, but we have those. You push a button, they roll down, no problem. Beautiful marble etched, matte finished countertops and backsplash there. They took the same pattern into the primary bathroom, so they have that stone running through to the tub and shower as well. And take note of this drain here in the middle. Those I just really, really love. So it's not that little small hole. It goes all the way across, and it adds just a really cool wow factor to the bottom of a shower. And here's the little ADU or casita. You've got your garage here on the bottom and your little living space up on top. And you can rent that out and offset your expenses for the year. You've got a little small kitchenette in there. So a little studio apartment. It goes a long way when you have a good location like Bouldin Creek. It will get rented. And here's one last look at the overall property, and you can see just how unique and cool. And that is kind of the epitome of what you can find in Bouldin Creek. So to wrap it up in the pros and cons for the neighborhood of Bouldin Creek, I mean, the best part about it is its location in town. You're super close to everything. You have restaurants and entertainment inside the neighborhood. You have the lake just to the north. You have modern amenities paired with historic bungalow charm. I mean, nothing is the same. You will not ever hear the word cookie cutter in Bouldin Creek. There are strong appreciation values, and you do not have to worry about your resale potential. Everybody wants to live in this part of town. And lastly, it's a cool lifestyle. You can walk to parks, restaurants, trails, and the lake. What more could you ask for? What are the cons of the neighborhood? Well, prices are steep. It costs a lot to live there, and you're pretty tight together once you're inside the community. And traffic can be tough. We're a city of festivals, and most of the festivals happen right in that South Austin part of town. So when we have Austin City Limits Music Festival, that part of town will be clogged up. When you have those roads like Lamar and First Street and Congress that have all the commercial on them with all the fun places to go, well, there's a lot of people that drive to get there, and the overflow parking goes into the neighborhood. And some of these newer homes, or some of the newer condos and things, don't have garages. The ones we looked at today did, but a lot of them don't. So there's street parking, or they might have one garage and the family might have 2, 3, or 4 cars. So you're going to see a lot of people parked on the street where you wouldn't in, say, a suburb outside of Austin. So they've gone so far as even making permit parking for homeowners in the area, because some of that overflow commercial parking gets so bad. So just remember that it gets a little tight, especially during festival time. So if you're someone that's looking for walkability and lifestyle over square footage, you want modern design, but you still want to feel part of a vibrant, eclectic community, this could be the spot for you. You've got those lively surroundings there. So if you want to see something in person, all you have to do is give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email and let us know, and we'll get you in there. So Bouldin Creek is one of my favorite places in town, and it is definitely one of the most unique places to live. You've got eclectic houses, cool places to walk to, and cool people that live in the area. What's more to want? But it's not for everyone. But if it does fit your vibe, let us know. We'd like to see what you think is magic. Comment below to tell me which house was your style, which house you like the best, and better yet, which one you want to go see in person. We're always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.